Welcome back, my beautiful Super Soul Sisters on Motivation Monday. Okay, so I wanted to let you know that I was part of a summit, a women's summit recently, and Jamie Kern Lima was on it, and this lady just blew me away. I actually want to go and get her book. I am not a massive reader. I listen a lot to a lot of audiobooks, a lot, like every day. It's a podcast or an audiobook. So I crank through the books, but I can't handle actual reading because I get too tired. I'm so exhausted by the end of the day. I read 2 pages and I'm gone. I'm fast asleep. So I have to be moving and listening to, that's just what works for me. Anyway, so I'm listening to this summit, and this woman was really quite inspirational, and I would suggest that you look her up. And I'd love to be able to interview her to get some more inspiration for you guys. So once I start having the space to do my podcasts, I will do a reach out to her. Hopefully she'd say yes, because she is now a big player. What I love about her is this. She's one of us. She's like been there, done that. It's not been handed on a silver platter to her. She started out with a whole lot of she started out with a dream, and she got a lot of resistance. A lot of people telling her she was crazy. There's no way that she could possibly do it. And she got a lot of that. And she has set up, she set up a makeup business. I can't even tell you what the name is. But I think her track story, if I've got it right, is that she was a presenter on TV, I think Weather. I'm not 100% sure. And the makeup that they kept putting on her, her stage makeup, was so heavy that it really was causing skin problems for her. And she just said she felt so self-conscious because, you know, you're on TV all the time and you've got all these, you know, zits and blemishes, and, you know, she was getting rashes from the makeup. And she was like, man, you know, somebody needs to make makeup where this doesn't happen. Anyway, she went down that road. She landed up doing that. And a fabulous story in that she created all of this, and all her family were like, oh, you're crazy, Jamie, stop doing that. Oh, crazy Jamie with her crazy ideas. And I loved how she was so, remember when I said, you know, if you're aligned to your why, you find a way, you just do. And she was like, well, I don't think it's so crazy. And what was incredible about this was that she talks about some, like, really, she got some serious knockbacks. And I remember the one where she was in with these investors, VCs, and they said, look, great idea, but we don't think you're the right person to promote this. And we don't really, you know, want to go. And he said, I don't think you're going to like what I'd have to say, so I probably aren't going to say. And she said, no, I think I need to hear, because I can't fix it unless, you know, you tell me. So you said, well, at the end of the day, we're going to say no because of the way you look. And she was like, what? And because she was quite heavier, she didn't fit the bill of the pretty little model with the perfect skin anyway, that probably doesn't have any problems anyhow. And, you know, what I loved about her reaction, remember I was saying, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it. That's important. Listen to what she said. Instead of that knocking her flat on her backside and going, wow, that hurt, my self-esteem is shattered, I've got no confidence anymore, I'm not going to get out there and do this anymore because I can't handle this rejection. She had a really, really interesting reaction. She went, wow, how wrong are you? And I was like, what? That's fantastic. Isn't that such a great thing? Of course, I'm assuming, you know, it would have a toll. But what he didn't like male orientated. He didn't like the way that she was using real women with real skin issues in every single day life, using the product before and after. And that little uniqueness right there, the very thing that she got knocked for, was the thing that made her the most incredible success. So we all have like our uniqueness about us. If you think about it, we all have individual fingerprints. Every single one of us, there's billions of people on this planet, and we've all got our own particular fingerprint. And we are not the same, even twins. There's always something different about us. And quite often, the very thing that we think is the weakness is actually the strength. It's actually the very thing that could potentially open up that door for you to become liberated, financially strong, emotionally stronger, more confident. And yet it's quite often the thing that we hide, because it's like, wow, they'll think I'm crazy if I go out there and use actually pimply, overweight or whatever, or everyday women with the before and afters. And you know what happened? I mean, that was actually her marketing campaign. The very thing that the VC said, we're not going to back you for because of the way you want to roll it out. She went and rolled it out, doing exactly the opposite of what they were saying. And she has landed up selling her business to L'Oreal. Listen to this, for $1.2 billion. $1.2 billion. I was just like, holy smoke, chick, you have it rocking. Oh my gosh, what an inspiration. So, I use that term. One of her things that she says that really helped her were two things, and I'm going to share them. I cannot claim these as my own. These are hers. So, hats off to her. She's written a book. I don't know what her latest book is, but I am keen to get it because there's a really great poem in there, and it was so inspiring. I actually want to print it out and put it on my wall, because there were so many gems in there, and I just thought, oh, that is just gold. Ding, 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 ding. It's like jackpot all in one poem. But there were two things that she brought up in the conversation, and one was, how you've got to realize that you're not crazy. When you've got an idea, that very thing that I was saying, that you're hiding, that light that you're hiding under the bushel, okay, let it shine. Her little phrase that she uses is, you're not crazy, you're just first. And I was like, oh, I wish I had been told that the times that I've had my knocks. I mean, I've shared those already, haven't I? The other weeks there, and I've taken them. But you do, you get to a point, you do. I mean, I've had it where you're going, well, you're getting so many no's that you're going, well, okay, maybe it is me. Maybe there is something wrong with me. Maybe this is a terrible idea. Well, no jokes. Every single idea that I've wanted to run with are all now multi-million, businesses. Multi-million, I think one's even multi-billion now. And I'm just like, listen, I was just first. I was just first off the bat. I was early days. I was ahead of my time. And it's the same for you. This is that very light that you're going, dismiss it. Just put it aside. Don't rock the boat. That was the one thing that I thought was amazing. And she said the other thing that you need to do is, and I just love Jamie Kern Lima, I think it is, for saying this. She said, you've got to change your story with rejection. And I was like, oh, gold. Another gold one, ladies. Another gold one. Why? Remember, I was saying, change your story, change your life. If you can change your story, we teach this a lot in NLP anyway. But if you say the same story over and over and over again, you're programming yourself into a certain way of behavior, into a certain way of being, okay? And sometimes that's not a good thing. You know, if it's a negative story, you're going to have problems, because it's going to be the same old negative story over and over and over and over again. And you become like a stuck record. Remember one of my videos, if you want to go back to the beginning of my channel, I talk about being stuck records and the parrot shoes and whatever. And you play that vinyl record, unless you scratch that record, you're going to be playing that same song over and over again. And that doesn't help you. Does not help you. If it's a good story, if it's a good song, no problem. If it's not a great story and you're repeatedly playing it, you're really starting to hardwire it into your body. But one of the things that we know now about neuroplasticity, sorry, I got a bit tongue twisted there, is that we're not actually hardwired. We can break those circuits and start afresh. It's a little uncomfortable. It's like learning how to ride a bike again. But you are able to reprogram. You are able to start a new song. You are able to. So in this case, you are able to start a new story around rejection. So her saying that she has, which I use as well, is, my rejection is my protection. And I loved how she explained that further. She said, you're just not in line with my destiny. There's the reason that you're not on my path, that you weren't meant to say yes to me. It's not that you're rejecting me. It's just that you're not part of my destiny. And, you know, if you're in alignment with my destiny, then the answer would have been yes. So for her, it wasn't a rejection. It's just that, oh, shame. You're just not in alignment with me, you know, because we do vibrate at different levels. Positive people, negative people. And if you're not on the same frequency, you aren't going to sync. And where are those people now? Like, one point, that guy, he must be kicking himself. I'd be like that. VZ would be like, oh my God, why the hell did I not say yes to that lady? $1.2 billion, people. And I'm like, he'd be going, oh, maybe I should have listened to her, you know. So I would love for us to all get to that level. I mean, how amazing. But, you know, even if you got to, I don't know, $1 million, that would make a huge difference in your life, right? Or even a few $100,000, and in some cases, tens of thousands. Even if we were able to just do something little and it got us, you know, that extra cash in the bank for you, that would make a difference to your life, where you don't have to work so hard so you can spend time with your kids, or where you've got time for yourself, or where you can spend money on yourself instead of everybody else, which is so common for mums, isn't that? Like, you know, and ladies, you know, we're giving out all the time. It's that nurturing side of ourselves that we tend to overgive, don't we? So it's like, these are all absolute gold, girls. I'm just saying, just ladies, let's pull together here. Gents as well, if you're watching, you know, make it how could it be possible where you can step into an area of your dreams and make it possible? Like, if I could do one little thing today, what would it be? And if you've got a story with rejection, maybe that's what it is. Have a look back on what your rejection, with a question mark, is, or was, not is, was, and go, how was this my protection? And if you ask that question often enough, you will start, and you go quiet, especially in your meditations. You know, I'm big on my meditations, right? Go quiet, ask the question, why did this not work out for me? Because it wasn't in line with my destiny. Okay, that'll be it. But there'll be a reason why. This person, you may not see it right now, but if you can look at stuff that's in the past and you can go, That was a lucky escape. Wow, I'm so pleased. And now you've got a different relationship where you've got a different story playing. And now that's not going to hinder you. It's not going to hook you up. It's going to give you that opportunity to go, do you know what? I am going to try again. I hope you enjoyed that. Namaste.